What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Hot Take Tuesday. Episode 16 of Season 2 is officially here. I apologize for being a late one, but we have a little bit of a change here. This is live, not a premiere, so I will be answering your questions live and talking to you live about your takes. Now, the takes are not in order this week. I really apologize for that. It's just I did not have any time. I tried my best. I had to get the thumbnail done and these done in like 5 minutes. I started at 9:10, got them done in 10 minutes, got the live ready. Really pushing it tonight, but the four of you who are in here right now, and I appreciate you guys for understanding, but you're here, we are here, and we're ready for Hot Take Tuesday. This episode can range from 30 minutes to an hour and a half, honestly. I could see it being maybe even over almost 2 hours, especially it's live. We're talking live, we're talking together, but I understand you guys have school, so if you have to leave early, don't feel like you have to stay. Leave early. Get your rest. Your rest is important. Get ready for school, work, whatever. But anyways, I appreciate you being here. There's a lot to go through. We have 9 hot takes. And if you would like to have your hot take featured in the future, join our Discord. Our Discord is a great place to stay in contact with me, with the rest of the community, and just talk some football, man. So it's time to get into our first hot take. Like I said, they're not all in order, and I'm really sorry about that, but we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep trucking, right? So, first hot take we have, and I didn't do any homework. I didn't get a chance to. I'm just going to go off the top of my head and what I know. Raw cut, nothing, just straight on, right off the top of my head, Hot Take Tuesday. That is live. So, I'm excited. I'm pumped up. You guys are here. Drop a thumbs up in the comment section. Let me know what you're drinking. Not like that. Just whatever. You drink a nice tea, Kool-Aid, or are you drinking a little, something that'll give you a little buzz. Depending on how much you drink, I have no clue. But most of my audience is young, and stay away from that stuff if you can. You don't need it, but do it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Not a bad thing. Well, if you're under 21, bad thing. Don't do it. So, first hot take we have here is from Head of the Table, and it looks like, is it live? Is it good? Okay, it is. I was just making sure it was still stuck on another thing. Preview. Okay, we're good. So the first hot take is from Head of the Table 23. Tank Dell will win Offensive Rookie of the Year. So young receiver out of Houston, speedy, decent route runner. I have a hard time understanding why he fell so far. Tank Dell's was a pretty good receiver. He's a dynamic weapon at Houston. And he doesn't go far. He stays with the Houston Texans, and he could provide a phenomenal weapon for C.J. Stroud. Issue with him being the Offensive Rookie of the Year is that you have other monsters like Bijan, Jameer, who are going to get massive workloads where they are. So they're going to get more opportunities to make big plays. The more big plays you make, the better chance you have to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. You have Anthony Richardson. I'm not being biased, but he's a great runner of the football. Can have a lot of home run passes. I don't think he'll win it, but I think there's a good shot that he's going to be towards the top of the voting when the time comes. You have C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud is a very good quarterback. He's on the same team, and I think it's going to be difficult for Tank Dell to win Offensive Rookie of the Year when his quarterback is C.J. Stroud, unless Tank Dell just goes off. C.J. Stroud doesn't have the greatest year, which is possible. We've seen receivers go off, but the quarterback not have a good year, and normally that is a really good sign that a quarterback that a wide receiver is very good. So Tank Dell winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think I'm going to go piping hot in this one because, you see the other rookies that are going to have crazy workloads. Even have Bryce Young, and didn't mention him. You want to go through some receivers. Who's a receiver that's going to have a big workload, is going to be targeted a lot. I can't think of the moment. First receiver wasn't drafted until like 20th, was it? I know JSN, he's not, there's a lot of volume in that offense. Jordan Addison, he could be very good. Maybe Jordan Addison could be there towards the top. Apologies. But, Tank Dell winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. It's piping hot. He's a he is a rookie. I want to look at the Texans depth chart really fast. So the Texans depth chart, cuts were just made. So let's see. They have Nico Collins, Robert Woods, Noah Brown, John Mechie, Xavier Hutchinson. They have a pretty loaded, not necessarily loaded, but Tank Dell isn't listed as a number 1 or as, a top 3. But, I mean, he could become, with one of those starters, very fast. He's a very good receiver. He's very underrated. I think he was drafted in the 5th or the 6th round. But him winning Offensive Rookie of the Year, I think it's piping. But he is a very good receiver. He has a lot of great traits that you see in a lot of really good receivers. We'll see how the quarterback does. We'll see how the rest of the receivers does. Maybe he could move up and get a lot more playing time very fast, which he should get a lot of playing time early. He could be a very dynamic weapon for this team. But we'll see. I'm calling piping hot on this one. Next one we have is from LCCJS27. This should have been, at the end. But, oh well. No. Wherever he was in the Discord, wherever he said it, that's where it should have been. Jalen Hurts wins MVP. Last year he was in the running. Very close. Mahomes took it home. Now, if Hurts didn't win it last year, what are the chances he's going to win it this year? I get you have Mahomes had a crazy year, but it's not often you get in the MVP race 2 times in a row. Unless you're Mahomes, unless you're one of the crazy guys on top. I could see Josh Allen winning it. I could see maybe Justin Herbert winning it. Joe Burrow. Lamar. And I think Jalen Hurts can be in that talk as well. There's so many good quarterbacks in the NFL right now. There's you get on the list as in the AFC you have a lot of good quarterbacks in the AFC as well. Maybe a crazy dark horse MVP. Daniel Jones. I might sound crazy, but considering he's got a much better offensive line, much better weapons, we'll talk about them in a little bit as well. But I think Jalen Hurts, his chances of winning MVP are I'm not going to say are pretty good. I'll say he's got a shot. If he could pull out the same year he did last year, he's definitely got a shot. But we're going to see how he does under a new offense coordinator, new system. How long is it going to take for him to transition? Is he going to click right away? If he clicks right away, he's in the MVP race. I think so. If he could stay consistent all year. He's shown he did it last year. But there's just so many damn good quarterbacks. It's very difficult to say that any quarterback is going to win it, even if it's Mahomes. Even if Mahomes may have the best chances, maybe, every year Mahomes is going to be the favorite. But Hurts, he's not on Mahomes' level. Passing the ball especially. His rushing ability can definitely help level the playing field. But we've seen other times quarterbacks have had themselves quite the wild year, and they just take it instead of a guy that was a favorite prior to the season. Jalen Hurts winning MVP is not out of the realm of possibilities. It's definitely a possibility. Look at the receivers, the team he's got around him. That's not the question. The question is, could he do what he did last year for a second year in a row? The best of the best can do it every year. And if he could do it another year, this year, I have no problem with him winning the MVP. But I mean, last year he did only throw for 22 touchdowns. 7 interceptions, something like that. Didn't throw for a lot of touchdowns. For an MVP caliber quarterback this day, you got to probably throw at least 30, 35, probably 35 to have a shot. Especially when you're going up against guys like Mahomes. And, it's not always all a numbers game. But at the end of the day, 22 passing touchdown. I mean, he did rush for a crap little yard. So that definitely evens the playing field. That definitely makes up for for throwing 22 touchdowns. Not 30, 35. Hold on. Real quick. Hold on. 1 second. I promise. Okay. No, I'm not gonna do that. I wanna get this done because I know you guys don't want to be up too late. It's already 9:40 and we're 2 hot takes in. So, but Jalen Hurts winning MVP, the chance is there, but I'm gonna go warm because it's unlikely just because of how much talent is in the NFL and how many great quarterbacks there are. Josh Allen, Mahomes, Burrow, Herbert, Trevor Lawrence. maybe be a dark horse. We'll see how he does. We'll see if Trevor Lawrence can stay consistent. If he could play 80% of what he did in that second half versus, in the Chargers game, he will be. There's a good shot he uses MVP. It would not shock me. When Trevor Lawrence is at the top of his game, when he's playing the best he could, I don't know if there's anyone better. He may be. This may be a piping hot take within itself, but when Trevor Lawrence is playing at his best, the best that he can, I would say he's right there or almost at Mahomes' level. That might be absolutely wild, but he played incredible that second half versus the Chargers. It was absolutely wild. If he could do it again, it'll be up there. It'll be impressive. But Hurts winning MVP, go warm. Just because there's so much talent, and there's a lot of competition for that, in that MVP race. Next hot take we have here is from Goldford307. Darren Waller is the best tight end in the NFC East. Is this a hot take? I'm not sure. When healthy, Darren Waller is a top 3 tight end. The only competition he has in that division, Darren Waller, when healthy, is Dallas Goedert. But health is important. That's why I'm taking Dallas Goedert over Darren Waller. If Waller stays healthy all year long, a healthy Darren Waller, I'm taking over Dallas Goedert. Even though Dallas Goedert is very underappreciated. He is a very good tight end. Top 5, absolutely. Wouldn't tell you you're wrong if you put him at 4 or 5. I would not tell you you're wrong. I think Kittle and Kelsey are 1A, 1B. If Kittle can stay healthy, he may be number 1. But when Darren Waller's healthy, he's 3. He struggles to stay healthy, though. That's why he's not 3. Health factors into whether, how a player is ranked. When you're one of the best players in the league, your team counts on you every single game. Sometimes the best ability is availability. Darren Waller struggles to stay healthy. If Waller can stay healthy, he's absolutely the best tight end in the NFC East. But I think Dallas Goedert is better. And I am factoring injuries into that. 100%. Goddard's also really good at blocking and catching the football. Waller's good at both. Let me look at the other tight ends in the NFC. I want to take a peek. Let's go through Dallas lost Dalton Schultz. They do have Jake Ferguson. So tight end out of Wisconsin. He's an athletic freak. Very athletic. There's a lot of upside. I watch out for Jake Ferguson. They signed Luke Schumacher. No. They drafted Luke Schoonmaker. I think it's Schumacher. Very good tight end. I'm higher on him than some people were. He can block well, and he can catch the football. So the Cowboys have 2 really good tight ends. Can be really good tight ends. But they're nowhere near Darren Waller. Even though Darren Waller has injury issues, they're not proven. Waller's proven. Just has an injury problem. Look at the Washington Commanders. I don't even know who that is. They still have Logan Thomas. I'm unsure who they still have. Let's see. The Commanders have Logan Thomas. I honestly think Logan Thomas is a decent tight end. He's not that bad. He's underrated. Is he as good as Darren Waller? Dallas Goedert? No. John Bates? Cole Turner? I've heard of Cole Turner. Curtis Hodges? Yeah. I'd say Dallas Goedert is the best. So, but I'm gonna go warm. Because you're not out of your mind saying this. It's realistic. The only issue I have with it is Waller can't stay healthy. That's my issue with Waller. Harpoon Mercury, Bakery, can Pierce stay healthy? He seems to get concussions. Schumacher can indeed make catches. Absolutely. I have high hopes for him. I think he can be a very good tight end. Very good tight end. I like Jake Ferguson. I think he's out of Wisconsin. He's got a lot of potential too. And Dak likes his tight ends. He likes his tight ends. So he can make those two tight ends stars. But Darren Waller is number one for me. He's number one. No. Dallas Goedert is. My fault. All right. Now we got rid of the... Oh, dude, your thing isn't showing. I put the... Hold on. That's better. Now you can see it. I actually put your thing there, your comment, because it was so long. But I did include the two hot takes on the side. I thought it was a good idea to just, take a little screenshot of that and do that. And, kind of like cut it out, put it there. I thought that was the best option. Because that was a lengthy comment. Two hot takes in there, but you're also a member. So I want to, maybe I should just do this for every hot take. No, I feel like that's cheap. I feel like that's unless the hot take is very long, I won't do it. If the hot take in the message in general is very long, I will do it. Because I think that's kind of taking the cheap way out of just snipping that and then putting it on there. I'm going to actually type it out. But I had to make it a little smaller so you guys could see that. Wait, is this? Okay, that's good. Look, Schoonmaker. Typical 6'5", 250 pounds, prototypical tight end size, dude. Yeah, that is some good size. I will say so. Myself. That is some impressive size. Really is. All right, so hold on one second. I apologize, guys. I know I was already late and I'm doing this. I really do apologize. Really do. Okay. So let's get into it. Red the Rat's hot take is Anthony Richardson has the potential to be an all-time great player. We're going to do one at a time. We all know Anthony Richardson has the potential. And we've talked about this plenty of times on the channel. We've gone through it. We've gone through a lot of different scenarios talking about Anthony Richardson in general. But Anthony Richardson has the potential to be an all-time player. All-time great. That's true. I agree. He can be great. He's got a long way to go. I love Anthony Richardson. And I think I'm a Colts fan, so, it's kind of like default that I'm going to love the number 4th overall pick. But I'm also going to be realistic. He's got a long way to go. He's got one of the best arms the NFL's ever seen. Cannon. He's 6'4", 6'5", 250 pounds, and ran a 4.43. Broke the record for vertical jumps for quarterbacks. Insane. One of the craziest athletes ever coming into the NFL at the quarterback position. And that alone is enough to make you think he can be a great player. Now, throughout preseason, he's absolutely has shown flashes that he can be a great player. I think a great player and an all-time great really are two different things, though. All-time great is like one of the best of the best. All-time great is right. He's a great player. He's awesome. But all-time great is a Hall of Famer. Don't get me wrong. I sure hope Jalen wins MVP, but Super Bowl would be awesome. Facts. So log one, but you size it down nicely, JW. Yeah, this is a lengthy one. This is definitely one of the longer comments we've gotten for Hot Take Tuesday. But I appreciate you coming through tonight. I appreciate you, Harpoon Bakery, and Red the Rat, and the 9 people who are in here right now. And I see we have 3 likes. I appreciate it. We do have 9 people. Let's see if we get the 5 likes. I appreciate you guys for stopping by, though. So, I think Anthony Richardson, so at the beginning, before I seen any more press conferences, before I seen him playing the preseason, I said I think Anthony Richardson will be good, but I didn't believe it myself. I kind of just said it. I'm not happy with myself for it when we first drafted him. And for a while there, I'm like, there's a good chance this guy does not pan out. There's a good chance he's not good. He's got such a long way to go. And coming from college, having only 13 starts, 12 in 2022, it's not only a matter of fact of getting his mechanics down, which were raw, very raw. They've improved a ton. Before the from his last game to the combine, the footwork there was an insane improvement. And it's only getting better. I'm impressed with his pocket presence. He's a very young player, and his pocket presence is impressive. He steps up, and if he's got it rolled out, he tries to run back out. Anthony Richardson's pocket presence is quite like I've never seen from such a young player. And I'm young too, so I haven't seen a lot, so that's has to have something to do with it. Like I said, I think him being an all-time... Hold on, I have one more thing I want to say before I make the conclusion of this hot take. He does have the potential to be an all-time great player. That's without a doubt. Him becoming one is a whole nother question. It's a whole nother process. And he's got the mindset for it. He's got the mental makeup for it. I've said this a ton over the last couple of weeks. I've said a lot of this over and over again for a little while. But I just lost my train of thought. I just lost my train of thought. But okay, I found it. I found my train of thought. The train's hooked back up. So I just lost it again. Okay, Anthony Richardson, his mental makeup is incredible. For a, 21 years old? 21-year-old quarterback, all this talent in the world, one of the most talented, one of the most athletic quarterbacks to come out of all time, a high overall draft pick, yet he's still humble. Yet he knows he still has work to do. That's the guy you want leading your team. He's always going to think he needs to do more work. That's the kind of leader you want. That's the leader on the field you want. You can't ask for anything more than that mentally. For a mental makeup for a young guy, for a young quarterback. You can't ask anything more. That's the best you're going to get. And having that kind of mindset is what can... And I say this a lot as well. Talent determines a player's floor. The character is what determines how far the player will go and how good the player will be. That's the ceiling. And it may take 3-4 years, 2 or 3 years, before Anthony Richardson comes into his own. He's shown a lot of flashes in the preseason, honestly. I could see it being next year. Real talk. I could see it being next year. But he's still got a long way to go, as I said. He's got a long way to go. So, being an all-time great player, I'm going to go cold. I think it's likely. Like I said, he has got a long way to go. And the chance of him not being great is much greater of him being great. But the mindset and the mentality that he has makes me believe that he can be a great quarterback. We'll see. I could be very wrong here. I could be very wrong. And I'll make a video if I'm wrong. Apologizing. I'm going to go cold. I think it's likely. We'll see. The next one is Anthony Richardson will lead the Colts to a win versus Jaguars. We'll talk about it a little bit because we have another one like this. Anthony Richardson, and, this offense, we cut 4 wide receivers, 5 tight ends. It's telling me that this offense is going to be very simplified. It's going to be very simple. Or the Colts just have a lot of really good tight ends, and they want to get their tight ends involved a lot, which, not a bad idea. Big body guys. Anthony Richardson, much more difficult to overthrow a 6'4", 6'5" guy instead of all of our receivers are pretty tall, so that's not really, besides McKenzie and Downs. But you're giving him the best targets and most easily, the targets that are easiest to be accurate with, making it hard to overthrow the player. Maybe that's what the Colts see. That he's still struggling with overthrowing footballs. He's still, being inaccurate. But maybe these bigger tight ends can make all the difference in the world. All the difference that they need. We'll see. But leading a victory to the Jaguars. We'll continue this conversation when the next one comes around. Because we do have another one is basically like this. So, basically got you 1.5 takes. Let's fix this. Get it back to normal. And we'll move on to the next one. Next one we have here is from Let's Talk Colts. As you see, the banner has changed a little bit. I apologize for that. The top, not like the banner, but the top has changed. I had to remake some of these because some of them just didn't work. So I remade some. Got them going again. And it was a little different because I don't know why I couldn't get exactly the same. Let's see. Shoot, I just ruined it. I just ruined that. All right, so let's talk Colts. Josh Downs has 700 receiving yards. I could see it. I could see Josh Downs having 700. He's a very talented receiver. Now, let me tell you why I can't see it. There's a pretty good chance he doesn't, and I'll say why. Josh Downs did not win the slot job yet. He's still backing up Isaiah McKenzie. And then you have Pierce and Pittman as other two receivers. And you have 5 tight ends. Unless he is a starter for that slot job, unless there's an injury, he's not going to get a lot of playing time. That's what I'm getting. He's not going to get as much playing time as we think. There's going to be a lot of spreading the ball around. A lot of RPOs. So, if he played a good amount of snaps, I'd say sure. But I don't think he's going to play enough to have 700 receiving yards. He's capable of it. But there's only so much you could do if you're not playing as much. If you're not playing the amount you need to put up these kind of numbers. And we'll see. Maybe Isaiah McKenzie goes down. But you can't count on that. You can't count on a player going down. But you have to be ready for it. You can't count on it, but you have to be ready for it. And you hope they don't. You hope no player gets injured. It's not good for them. It's just not good in general. It's not good for them. And you should never be happy about a player getting injured. Never. Sad moment for them. It's tough for them. But they also have to work their butts off to get back. And the recovery is very difficult. The comeback can be more difficult than the actual injury, the procedure itself. Takes a long time, man. Just as simple as the simplest of injuries can really make the difference in how long it takes you to come back. So Downs having 700 receiving yards, I'm going to go hot because I think it's unlikely. Not going to go piping hot, but I think it's very unlikely. Just because of the way the offense is going to play, the way the offense is going to be ran. He's not listed as a starting slot receiver right now. So, I understand. I don't know why I said understand. That's why I don't see him getting 700. He definitely can become a big-time receiver down the road for us as well. But now we're moving on to my hot take. And we still have a few more. 3 more, I think. 2 or 3 more. Jonathan Taylor will retire if the Colts don't trade him. This is like a Barry Sanders situation. What if Jonathan Taylor retires? Something crazy to think about. I'm not going to go over a lot because I talked about this a ton. We just did a live earlier today. But We saw happen with Barry Sanders. Sanders wanted to leave Detroit, and it's always been like kind of over them. It's always kind of been like a curse on why the Lions aren't good. People will suspect that. I don't believe in that stuff. But that's what people have suspected. I don't believe in curses. I don't believe in any of that stuff. I think everything in your life is, your responsibility. Now, some things you may not have control over. No, we're not going to go down this rabbit hole. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But Jonathan Taylor will retire if the Colts don't trade him. I'm going to go hot. I think it's very unlikely. But I'm not going to say it crazy. We've seen players retire before because they don't get the money they want. Because they don't get traded and go to a different team. You've seen it happen. He's a running back as well. Maybe he looks at this and he's like, okay. I'm not going to play if they don't give me more money. And I'm not going to play and continue to ruin my body if I'm not going to be paid what I think I deserve. I'm just going to retire. You have enough money to invest into a business to get that kind of stuff done. But the chances of him retiring, I think, are hot. They're very unlikely. You guys thinking Jonathan Taylor will retire? Give me the chances, you think, of Jonathan Taylor retiring if he doesn't get traded. What are the chances? Or do you think he's just going to play? Let me know. Next hot take is from Joshua Kissinger. Colts win the first game of the year against the Jaguars by a field goal. So this is when I want to talk about the second part of this hot take. So I can see the Colts starting off strong. I can see them starting off on a good note offensively. Because teams have no tape on this offense. They have no tape on a Shane Steichen, Anthony Richardson. They don't have any tape on this kind of offense. They have no idea, not a darn clue in the world how it's going to look like. Because in the preseason, they don't show anything they want to do. I think Shane Steichen was challenging Anthony Richardson with some different concepts in the preseason to see where he's at. But I say no. I say they don't. Because of how talented that Jaguars wide receiver core is. Because of how talented that Jaguars team is. I don't think the Colts go out there week 1 and win. Even if it's at home. I don't think so. Now, it would be an awesome way to start the Anthony Richardson era. It would be incredible. It would blow the roof off the place. If the roof isn't open. It will blow the roof open. Be a great sign. But stepping back for a minute and realizing that the Colts have no secondary. You have Darrell Baker Jr. and Dallas Flowers who've have had inconsistent training camps, pre-seasons. Julius Brents, not listed as a starter yet, so they must think he's got a long way to go. Got a lot of learning to do. And if he's not starting when you have Dallas Flowers and Darrell Baker playing, two UDFAs, absolutely no experience. Dallas Flowers has maybe 10 snaps of experience from last year. That's about it. Probably has more than that. But point is, he doesn't have a lot. I don't see the Colts beating the Jaguars. I don't. Realistically, I don't. Looking at the matchups, Colts don't match up well. They have Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, Zay Jones, and if dear goodness gracious, if Trevor Lawrence looks anything like he did in that second half versus the Chargers, the Colts have no shot. I'm going to say the Colts have no shot right here. So we'll see what kind of Trevor Lawrence we get. We'll see how the Colts offense looks with no tape being on them. But it could be an offense that is figured out by the second half because of how simple it may be. It may be figured out by the end of the first quarter by 1 or 2 drives because it may be that simple. It may be that watered down for Anthony Richardson. He's got a long way to go with experience. Got a lot of things to learn. Calvin Ridley is going to be hard to stop this just by exactly. That's what I'm saying. You and Kenny Moore has been as inconsistent as they come. We have no clue what Kenny Moore is going to bring us week to week. And on top of that, we have questions in the edge rushing room. I think Kwity Paye was playing the preseason. I didn't see him do jack squat. I didn't see him do anything. Samson Ibuka, I've seen him make a few plays. He didn't play much. Was he really that guy that's going to bring you a crap load of pressure? He's kind of like the unique Ngakoue we had last year, but he doesn't bring the amount of sacks. And Nick Cavs doesn't finish as much. I think he's better in the run game. Then you have Dale Dangbo. I think he should, honestly, I don't even care at this point. Start Deo over Kwity Paye. We're going to see how Kwity Paye does. We're going to see. But considering I think he played in preseason, didn't hear a darn thing from him. He's a former first-round pick. If he doesn't get it going early, put Deo in there. I don't care. Give Kwity 4 or 5 games, and then he's losing snaps if he can't get it figured out. He was a first-round pick 2 years ago. There's no reason why he cannot come out and be a good edge rusher for us. In the passing game or the run game. He is very good in the run game. One of the best in the run game. Passing, not good. So why don't you just have Dale in there in the passing downs and have Kwity out there in running downs? And then have Buckner and Grover in the middle. I didn't say I was pretty high about Adi Tamua. But I think Adi Tamua did not show great things in the preseason. He struggled. He got pushed around a little bit. Kwity Paye didn't do anything in preseason. He just gets bullied. That's what I'm saying. Colts can't pick edge rushers. Absolutely not. And then, if this defensive line can't get any pressure, I'm scared for these cornerbacks, man. I am scared for these cornerbacks. This is one of the worst secondaries in the NFL. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it. I don't know many other secondaries. I will say the Colts have the worst secondary in the NFL. I'm going to say it. They have absolutely no experience at all. None. Zilch. None at all. It's scary. It is scary. I've come to peace with myself that the Colts are not going to, I don't think they're going to be that good this season. They may be nice offensively. They may have nice spurts on the offense, but the defense is probably going to be absolute dog crap. And I love the Colts, and I want to see them do great. But this is a rebuilding year. We have a long way to go. And honestly, why don't we just trade Jonathan Taylor? Hear me out. Jonathan Taylor isn't going to play anyways. Just trade him. Get the drama out. We don't want it. Just get him out. Get draft picks for next year. Trade Kwity Paye. Don't trade Zaire Franklin or Shaq Leonard. I mean, one thing I will say I'm really excited about is Bernard Ryman. I am really excited about Bernard Ryman. He had an incredible preseason. He was very good. I've heard a lot of great things about him. I'm excited about Bernard Ryman. I'm excited about Anthony Richardson, Josh Downs. There's a lot of things to be excited about, but there's a lot of things to be scared about. And to look at and be like, yeah, they screwed up. Yeah, they didn't get better here. I don't see much in Richardson. I don't know, man. Honestly, he's got a lot of talent, and I think he's got a great mindset. I think Richardson can be good. I think it's going to take 2 to 3 years. I think it's going to take a while. And if Richardson isn't good year one and the offense is way oversimplified, I would not be shocked if we win 2 or 3 games. Would not be shocked at all. I'm telling you guys right now, it may be a fun season offensively here and there, but defense, it's going to suck. Gus Bradley might be fired after this year. Chris Ballard might be fired after this year. I want to keep Shane Steichen. I don't want to fire Shane Steichen because he's got a year under his belt with Anthony Richardson. Everyone else, give rid of. Defense, give rid of them. Gus Bradley's system is not great anyways. Last year we had more talent, and the defense was still bad. Let me look at the defensive ranks last year for the Colts. Let me see. Colts. Let's go. NFL defensive ranks 2022. I kind of just want to see ranks. But let's see. How many yards per game? Let's see where the Colts are. Yeah, it's not showing me. Oh, okay, that was the playoffs. Still not seeing it. In regular season. I can't switch it. I gub it. Let me find another website real fast. But I know the Colts defense was, it could not have been great. 30th ranked defense last year. 30th ranked defense. How many turnovers did we have? 21. No, that has to be wrong. Did we really have 21 turnovers last year? That doesn't seem right, though. Maybe it is. But, yeah, the Colts defense is listed as a 30th defense right here. Yards allowed. The Colts are, let's see, 32, 31. The 16th. That's middle of the pack. Turnovers. Colts are like 19th. Towards the bottom of the league. Not the bottom, but let's see. First downs. I believe this is first downs allowed. I can't. First downs allowed. 12. Okay, that was better. Okay, how were we against the passing game? How did the Colts defense do against the passing game? Let's see. 21. How did the Colts do against the rushing game? The running game? 12. That's not horrible. Point is, we had much more talent last year. Load up picks from Marvin Harrison. Facts. I'll take Marvin Harrison Jr. Any day of the week. But what if there's a cornerback? Nah. If Marvin Harrison Jr. is there too, you gotta take him. There's no way you cannot. 2-1. Are we gonna be worse than the Cardinals? Maybe. Although I think we'll do better than the Cardinals. I don't think there's any other teams that we might do better than. I could see us being the worst team in the AFC. Honestly. The more I look through this team, the more I look through this offense, the less I become impressed. Or the defense and this team in general, the less I become. The defense was awful last year. No one holds Gus Bradley's feet to the fire. He's too nice of a guy. I guess so. But us being the Jaguars week 1, I'm going to go hot. I'm not going to go piping hot because the NFL is crazy. Crazy things happen. Let's hope the Jaguars are off to an off start and we find a way to win. I think it would be a great start to Anthony Richardson's career. And I think it would be a confidence booster as well. Tones. Jaguars play the Bengals in the AFC Championship. So we were talking about the Jaguars a little bit. Jaguars can be a fantastic football team next year. I could see the Jaguars winning 10, 11, 12, 13 games. I could see them killing it. If Trevor Lawrence is 80% of what he was in that playoff game. 80% of what he was in that playoff game versus the Chargers in the second half. The Jaguars are winning 11, 12, 13 games. Wouldn't put it past them. He has insane weapons. An offensive line that's getting better. Travis Etienne is incredible. You got Tank Bigsby. I believe they drafted him. I like Tank Bigsby. I think he can be a nice running back. Defensive wise, they have a few nice corners. They have Tyson Campbell, who killed it last year. Defensive line, Trayvon Walker, second year. We'll see if he takes the next step. Number 1 overall pick last year. We'll see about Josh Allen. Is Josh Allen still there? I feel like he left. No, I think he's still there. But in general, the Jaguars' defense is more than enough to get them Andre Cisco. I really like Andre Cisco. Really do. He's a good safety out of Syracuse. The Jaguars could get turnovers. The Jaguars could get stops in defense, and that's as much as they need. Now, the Bengals, you got Joe Burrow. It's a much tougher division, though. It's a much tougher decision. So I can see the Jaguars having more wins and a better seeding than the Bengals. Honestly. But that's if Trevor Lawrence can stay consistent. If he can't stay consistent, I can still maybe see 9-10 wins, but that's plenty to win the AFC South. The AFC South is horrible. It's horrible. It's probably the worst division in the NFL, let's be honest. But, the Jaguars and the Bengals would have to get by the Chiefs, the Bills. I find it very difficult not to see the Chiefs in the conference championship, but, it's got to end at some point. I find it very difficult not to see... No... Yeah, I guess the Bills can make it. I think the Bills are going to take a little bit of a step back this year. We'll see if the Chargers can take that next step. I don't think they're going to because their run defense is still horrible. Their defense in general is still not great. Although Herbert's got some nice weapons. We'll see if he can convert those weapons into wins. He puts up MVP All-Pro numbers, and Pro Bowl numbers, but he cannot convert it to wins. As a QB, you have to find a way to convert that to wins. In the playoff game versus the Jaguars, you had quite a few chances to go down the field and put the game away. Did you? He never did. He never did. And I think he's suffering the same thing that Philip Rivers suffered from. A poor franchise that cannot get the man what he needs to win. Special teams has been rough. It's just, he's suffering the same thing Philip Rivers did. And he's probably going to continue to. Mediocre head coaches. Offensive line's looking better. I'll give him that. It's got good weapons. Got a great running back. There's a ton going good for the Chargers. They can't convert it to wins. They can't capitalize in the playoffs. Too many questions for the Chargers for me. Now with Justin Herbert, he's not the question. It's the rest of the team. Can Mike Williams stay healthy? Keenan Allen's getting older. Jalen Guyton, he's a younger receiver, but he hasn't never stepped into a big-time role. Quentin Johnston's a bit raw. I think Quentin Johnston can be a good receiver, a pretty good receiver, but he's got a lot of learning to do. He didn't run a lot of routes at TCU. Big guy, lots of speed. But he's raw. He's raw. The Jaguars playing the Bengals in the AFC Championship. I think there's a bit riding on Trevor Lawrence. There's a bit riding on... I think that's really it for the Jaguars. Honestly, you have a Super Bowl winning... You have a Super Bowl champion head coach. Do you know Steichen seems concerned about his play calling lots of runs? Is that a concern? It's preseason. I wouldn't be concerned about it. It's preseason, man. We'll see if, even in the regular season, we only kept 4 receivers. I seen Derek's tweet on Twitter. We only kept 4 receivers. 5 tight ends. What's that telling you? That Shane Steichen probably wants to run the damn ball out. Or we just have a lot of really good tight ends that can play, at receiver once in a while. Which is possible. I wouldn't have kept Molly Cox. Think he could have used another receiver spot instead of getting rid of Molly Cox. Maybe another edge rusher spot. Cornerback, maybe you could have picked up a cornerback. This tells me that the Colts have no... Chris Ballard has no plans to pick up a cornerback. No plans. It's scary. It's scary. And, yeah, I don't know. Lots of screens, too. Yeah, but that's a good thing. Screens with a quarterback that can actually move makes a big difference. And I will say, a few times in the screen game, he looked the defense off a little bit. Anthony Richardson. That's impressive. That's like a veteran move. I was impressed with him with a lot of things. He needs to get better at some of the smaller things. Getting the ball there on hitches. But we'll see. We'll see. I can't see a lot of runs. I think we're going to see a lot of RPOs. A ton of RPOs. Screens. But I think as the season goes on, Shane Steichen will open up the playbook. And as Anthony Richardson develops into next year, he'll continue to open the playbook up to Anthony Richardson. And dear gosh, I hope if Chris Ballard, but I think Jim Irsay understands that Anthony Richardson has a long way to go. He's raw. So I think Ballard will stay another year after this, even, another year or two. I think Chris Ballard has max 2 years left. 2 years to prove that this team is going someplace. He better turn around this cornerback room and get some offensive line depth. You better hope that Anthony Richardson turns out. Marshman, what's up, fam? What's up? How you doing? Bro? Welcome to the premiere. I appreciate you. Harpoon Bakery, good points, guys. Yeah, just give my thoughts. I didn't do any homework for this at all. I didn't have a chance to. We're just going at it, But the Jaguars play the Bengals in the AFC Championship. The chances of it happening, I'll go hot. There are just so many good teams in the AFC. You know what? I'm going to go warm. I'm going to say it's unlikely, but I think there's a shot. One of these teams have to get to the Chiefs. But these teams could do it. We saw the Bengals do it in the AFC Championship. Can the Jaguars do it? We'll see. And then these two, there's a good chance that these two maybe match up in the divisional round. I don't think the wild card. Maybe the divisional. But the Jaguars play a really good game. Have a really good year. 12-13 wins. The Bengals have a really good year. I can see 11-12 wins. 13. No, I think 11-12 is fair for the Bengals. Bengals always have a few games here and there where they lose the game. You're like, the Bengals lost to them? Huh? Yeah, you're probably going to have a few of those games along the way anyways. Long day off work. Now let's go. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Appreciate you're here. I appreciate you tuning in. After a long day of work and stuff, man. That's good. Long day at work, come home, and you're still coming on. You great, man. You great. All of you are. The Jaguars playing the Bengals. Maybe I should go hot because there's a chance that they match up. I'm going to go hot. I think that's the right answer here. And this is the last one, I think. Yep, this is the last one. So from Silver Sabs. The 7th seed in the AFC and NFC face off in the Super Bowl. Considering we have not a clue who's going to finish below, or at the 7th seed, as we never do, the 7th seed has the most difficult path to the Super Bowl as well. Harpoon, equity comment, yep, yes sir. But man, 9 people in here. We got 35 views so far. That's pretty solid for a Hot Take Tuesdays. Last Hot Take Tuesday is at like 110 views, I think. You guys absolutely killing it. Freaking love you guys. But the 7th seed always has to go through the toughest path. They play the 1 seed. No, first they play the 2. Then they have to play the 1. And then they have to play the next highest. 3, 4, 5. So, I mean, it depends on 4. Sometimes it's not always the toughest of matchups because the last division winner may not always be the strongest of opponents. Even the NFC, it's very top heavy. I can't see a team like the Seahawks. I can't see a team. I don't know about the Giants. We'll see about the Giants. I can't see a team like. Who else? The Packers beating a Niners team, beating an Eagles team, beating a Cowboys team in the playoffs. Yeah, I know I said Cowboys. Let's pretend. All right, I didn't say the Cowboys there. The Eagles or Niners. The Cowboys choke in the playoffs. I gotta be honest. You gotta be real with yourself. I don't see those teams, the Bears, whoever wins the North, whoever wins the South, the South is probably going to be the 4th seed. I don't see those teams being able to beat anyone from the South, anyone from the North, being able to beat the Eagles, the Niners, even the Cowboys. They're a good team. If they get it figured out in the playoffs, they're going to be hard to beat. I think the Vikings are going to be good. I think the Vikings are going to be good again this year. Rushman Gunner, no doubt, pay is kill me. Just must get production. Gets the Jags. Have to have the end show up. Exactly. And for how rough our cornerbacks are, you need to get the pressure and, to help them out a little bit. We don't have any of that. They don't have any of that. It's scary, man. I think it's scary. Especially when we're going up against Trevor Lawrence on week 1. Calvin Ridley. We'll see how Calvin looks coming off of 1 year. Maybe he won't be his 100% Calvin, but do you see the catch he made the other day versus the Dolphins? Jags fan told me about it. I went to go check it out. Insane catch. I'll tell you, Calvin Ridley, if he could be 90, 80, 85, 80% of what he was, he's going to be hard for the Colts to stop on his own. I forget about Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, Evan Ingram was really good last year with Trevor Lawrence. It could be tough. It could be very tough, But the 7th seed in the AFC and NFC, them facing off in the Super Bowl, I'm going to go piping. Because the 7th seed is going to have to go through, on the AFC side, you're going to have to go through Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, Bengals and Joe Burrow, Josh Allen and the Bills, Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. Being tough to get through, being a good football team, we'll see. Who else? I feel like I'm missing someone. The Dolphins, if Tua can stay healthy. Those are 5 teams right there. And I can see a second team from, the Ravens and Lamar Jackson. Those are 6 teams right there. Those 6 teams are powerhouses. I don't see a 7th seed. Maybe the AFC is more likely because of how packed it is. Who would be the 7th seed? So, let's say the top 4, Chiefs, Bengals. Let's go Dolphins. And Jaguars. 5th, let's say you have the Jets. Dolphins. There could be 3 teams that make it from the East. And then you're gonna have the Chargers fighting for a spot. I don't think the Titans are gonna be in the mix. The list just goes on and on in the AFC. The Browns, if Deshaun Watson looks like he was in Houston, there's another powerhouse team, another incredible team. Has there been a right guard sighting lately? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. 1 second, I'm going to finish this up, and then we can talk Colts for a little bit, and then I'm going to hop off. But, yeah, you probably have 2 teams make it from the East. Whoever wins this division, whoever wins it, and then you have the Dolphins, Jets, Bills. All 3 of them are probably going to make it. If the Dolphins could stay healthy, Tua can stay healthy. Can you imagine if they trade for Taylor? Could you imagine if the Miami Dolphins traded for Jonathan Taylor? Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Jonathan Taylor. That's a scary sight. I don't care who the quarterback is. But who would be 6th? The Ravens, the Steelers. You're talking about 10 or 11 win teams not making the playoffs. There's going to be a 10-win team this year that does not make the playoffs. So maybe in the AFC, I can see the 7th seed making it a little further, but they still have to go through some of the best talent. And they're the 7th seed for a reason. But then the 1, 2, 3, and 4s are the 4s for a reason. I'm going piping on this one. I'm going piping. And then you go on the NFC side of things, I already talked about it. It's going to be hard to get past the Eagles, Niners. We'll see if the Cowboys do in the playoffs. We'll see how the Seahawks do. Maybe the Seahawks could play some upsetting ball, can play some spoiler. So, if I did have to make the prediction, it would either be the Seahawks or the Giants versus the Ravens or the Chargers. Can you imagine that kind of Super Bowl? Wolf Rice is our right guard and Danny Prim is the backup. That should tell us something. I like Wolf Rice. I think Wolf Rice can surprise us. I could be wrong, but I liked what I saw from Wolf Rice in the preseason. He had bad reps, but it was nowhere near as bad as Danny Pinner when he played last year. Or Matt Pryor. I think Wolf Rice can be okay. I think we can get by with him this year. But next year, I think we need to find someone that we can plug into right guard. And yes, he is a right guard. And I have to question it. Danny Pinner, absolutely not. I think he's a better backup center. I know he is versatile. And his low is like low. But when he's okay, he's okay. He has times where he's okay. Do you see any wide receivers? Anyone you think we should pick up off waivers? Hold on one second. As soon as I finish this, I'll look on the ESPN live cuts. You know the roster trackers, and I'll look through them all, and we'll go through them. But yeah, I'm gonna go hot with this one. And then wait, what was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about the Colts anyway. So this is done. So is that it? Yeah. So you know what? I think we're gonna head to our actual normal one now. Me deactivate. Let's go to video graphics. As you see, I still have the thumbnail in there from before. Activate. We are here. Hopefully this one shows up right away. Hopefully it doesn't bug out because I never changed. Oh no, I changed from countdown to something like this, but let's change that. I'll change to that because it's still that episode. Do you see any wide receivers? Anyone you think you should pick up off waivers? Let's look at some waivers. Let's look at some waiver guys. All right, I'll stay on for. We'll see. It's already 10:30 where I'm at, but I will absolutely try to stay on for a little longer for a while. I may need to go refill my drink though, because my throat is getting. I'm not gonna lie, my throat is getting pretty dry. All right, let's see. ESPN roster cuts tracker. Let's see. NFL cuts tracker. All right, it was posted 2 hours ago. Is it only okay? Okay, they have more teams up here now, so hopefully they have all the teams. So let's go. I'm gonna go through every team. Might as well. See who's out there. So Cowboys wave. Let's see if they have any receivers, any notable receivers. Maybe any cornerbacks. Don't see any. Quarterback Will Greer. Dennis Houston is a wide receiver. Don't know anything about him. I don't think I see anyone. Alec Lindstrom. Hello? Chris Ballard? The Cowboys just cut Alec Lindstrom? Maybe he's older. But, I mean, he will provide a nice Chris Ballard. Let's look at his PFF stuff from last year. I know you can't really look at PFF stuff all the time, but Alec Lindstrom is on the agency market. Juju, Thielen, they available? I don't think so. We'll see though. I have no clue. I didn't look through the waivers yet. I'm gonna go on PFF. You guys remember Alec Lindstrom? A tight end, or no, he was a guard for the Falcons for a while, I think. Alec. Maybe it's Alex. Maybe it was Alex. Maybe I'm ALEC. Lindstrom. Looks like he didn't play last year. Is he? Oh, never mind. He is a different player. I thought it was the Falcons guy. That's my bad. He hasn't ever played a snap. That's my fault. I kind of just got excited over that. Any wide receivers? Anyone from Dallas? No. No. Let's see from New York Giants. Let's see Colin Johnson, Deshaun Corbin. He's running back. Offensive tackle Jack Anderson. Guard Wyatt Davis. Look into Wyatt Davis. He's a guard from Ohio State. Take a shot on him. He was pretty highly ranked a couple of years ago. Not sure if he was just drafted. Darren Beaver's linebacker. No, nothing from the Giants. Eagles, let's see. They have a pretty good roster. Maybe they let go someone good. Britton Covey. Let's see. Nicholas Morrow. Greg Ward. Oh, why am I looking at receivers? Oh, no. The dude said to look at receivers. I am looking at receivers, too. What am I doing? Maybe they have good cornerback that they released, too. Josiah Scott. Maybe we could take a shot at him. Guard Josh Sills. The name sounds familiar. Let me see if he's a rookie. Let's see. Looks like he was just drafted in 2022. Didn't play at all. All right, on to the Commanders. Waivers. Wide receiver, Olin Tyrell Larson. Pose, Kendall Smith. I don't think I see anyone. They released Jake Fromm. I don't see anybody from. No one there worthy of noting. Bears. I mean, they didn't have a deep room. We'll just move on from the Bears. Lions. They released Jamar Jefferson. Benny Snell was released. The Colts aren't going to look for running backs. We know that. Safety Brandon Joseph was released. Let's see. Any other cornerbacks we may not know? Green Bay Packers. Cornerback Corey Ballantyne. I don't see anything that's worth noting here. Wide receiver Dre Miller, Bo Melton. Don't know who those guys are. Deuce Watts. Move on to the Vikings. I can't believe I'm going through every single one. All right. Wave release. Cornerbacks. And wide receivers are looking for. Oh, they released Sheldon Day. Remember we had him? Oh, reminded me. We kept freaking 6 defensive tackles. See, Tristan Jackson. Dwayne McBride, they released him. Surprised he released Dwayne McBride. I thought he was. Okay. And Sims at running back. I don't see anyone that's worth a note. Falcons. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, no. He was a second-round pick a couple of years ago. Just absolutely horrible. Offensive line, Jalen Mayfield is out there. I think he's from Michigan. Offensive tackle, Justin Ellis. Darren Hall? That name sounds familiar. Oh, the Falcons released Kimoko Toure. Huh. Should we re-sign Kimoko Toure? Thought you and Thielen were on contract and the team ready. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think Thielen signed with the Panthers. We're on the Panthers now. Unless I just went through them. I think I just went through the Falcons. Let's see. The biggest moves are right there in front of me. All right. Hold on. Okay. Falcons released John Fitz. I'm not going back through all of them. Deion Jones. You guys remember Deion Jones from the Falcons? He was released by the Panthers. Saints taking some gambles. Veteran kicker Will Lutz. No, we're not looking at kickers. Oh, yo. They released Bradley Roby. I know he's a slot guy. He's been a slot guy for a while. But he has experience. Bring Bradley Roby in. Hold on. Okay, no. I thought they released Alontae Taylor. I would have said we needed to sign him. Okay. Biggest move for the Bucks. 13 rookies made the roster for the Bucks this year. Yeah, but that's the types we need to bring out, help our young QB. Yeah, facts. I got you what you mean. Cephas Johnson, that name sounds familiar. It doesn't look like they really kept anyone, that they gave rid of anyone. Who they have to get rid of? Let's see the 49ers. Let's see. 49ers, kind of have to go through them here. Nate Brooks. Spencer Ware. No, Wage. O-line. Corey Luciano. Joey Fisher. Brian Hill. Keith Ismail. Wait. Wide receiver Anthony Miller. He used to play for the Bears, I think. He's a nice veteran receiver. That would be good for him for AR, but I think we actually have guys better than Anthony Miller. Isaiah Winstead. Chris Conley. Chris Conley's out there. Did not know Chris Conley was out there. Willie Snead is out there. Didn't we have Chris Conley at one point and we released him? I think we did. Huh. Okay, Seahawks. All right, QB, cornerback. Wide receiver K. Johnson. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Oh, man. 11 people in here right now. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate you. I know this isn't Hot Take Tuesday right now, but we're kind of going through every single cut to see maybe who the Colts should sign. It's kind of wild, but I mean, we're doing what we're doing. Marquise Copeland. Now we're on the Rams. They're going to pick 2022, 104. They're failing to adjust to playing guard. Okay, they have no one, I don't think. Doesn't seem like it. Cardinals. I mean, what do they really have to offer at cornerback that they would cut? They don't have a great cornerback room. It's one of the worst in the NFL, just like ours. Bills. Let's see. Biggest move came from the defense line with Von Miller officially staying pop and Bills trading in 2021. What? What? The Giants traded for Boogie Basham? What? Oh my gosh. What? Huh? Okay. I did not expect to see that. That is an incredible trade for the Giants. Boogie Basham is good, too. All right. Jets. They released. The only noteworthy cut was running back Zonovan Knight. Started 4 games as UDFA last year. Let's see. Waived Tim Boyle. Figures. Travis Dye. That name sounds familiar. Jalen Holmes. I'm looking. Don't see anything here. Nah. All right. Dolphins, biggest move. They didn't make qualify here after a week of speculation. Dolphins not in trade for Jonathan Taylor. I'll keep faith in Raheem Mostert, Jeff Wilson, Devon Achane. Miami also traded former first-round pick Noah Ikpenawe. I saw that. I think it was a second-round pick they traded for him, too. I think they got a corner or safety like Calvin Joseph, I think. Let's see the Dolphins. They've had a pretty deep cornerback room. They released Kiki Cutie. I would not mind. Yeah, this is not new news. LOL. That was a good trade. I can't believe I didn't see that. Well, I was like wild busy today. Kiki Cutie, he would not be a bad pickup. He was with the Colts last year, I think. Cornerback Justin Bethel. That name sounds familiar. Robbie Chosen, Robbie Anderson was caught. Elijah Higgins, Braylon Sanders, wide receiver, Bryce Thompson. That's really it. Patriots, Wade release. Let's see. Bailey Zappi, Malik Cunningham. 2 QBs. They only kept 1 quarterback. That's weird. So, yeah, I don't see anything. Trace McSorley. Dang it, yo. Throw it on a dime. I wanted to see him get a shot, but I mean, I guess he did. With the Steelers or Ravens during that crazy year. All right. Zach Bailey, Chargers. Who dat? Where was I? I just went through the Patriots. Now I'm going to go through the Ravens. Stick with Tyler Huntley as a primary backup for a 3rd straight year. They're cutting Josh Johnson, Anthony Brown. Okay. Back Huntley. Josh Johnson, Anthony Brown. Laquan Treadwell. Could maybe give him a shot. I think he's a former first-round pick. He's got the talent, just never translated, never really showed it in the NFL. That's it there. Bengals, let's see. After being on the practice squad the past 2 years, QB Jake Browning has won the backup quarterback spot. Beat out Trevor Siemian. That's pretty good. Good for him. Let's see. Sidney Jones. I think he just played for the. I think we should sign Sidney Jones. Travis Gibson, edge rushers from Bears. Oh, you're just naming some guys. Gotcha. I know this might not be too fun to watch, honestly. I apologize. Oh yeah, I saw that the Browns traded Cade York. They got Dustin Hopkins. Cade York. I think they drafted him in like the 4th round too. Just don't draft a kicker. Hope they learn their lesson. Jackson Kirtland. That name sounds familiar. Browns. Is Grady Williams out there? Maybe he's haven't shown to be. Oh, they cut Demetric Felton? Dang. I thought they would have kept him. They cut Hassan Hall. They cut Kellen Mond. Tommy Togia, that's so far. Oh, they cut Austin Watkins Jr. too. Okay, Tristan Hill. Maurice Hurst. Running back John Kelly. Who is their freaking backup at running back? Bengals depth chart. I thought one of those 2 guys would have been. I thought both of those guys would have made the roster. Mixon, Chris Evans, Chase Brown from Illinois. Travion. Oh, okay, Travion Williams. So they have some guys there. They really got quite a few. They didn't keep a lot of receivers. It kept 6. That's the Colts didn't keep a lot. All right. Steelers. Let's see. They don't have good cornerbacks. Chris Wilcox. He was on the Colts a little while ago. It wasn't really impressive. Quincy Roche. That name sounds familiar. Ryan McCollum. He's an offensive lineman. Sounds familiar. Trent Thompson. Zach Gentry. Ronnie Williams. Our receiver does Fitzpatrick. I don't see anyone that's really. All right, AFC, all right. Now we're into the AFC South. The Texans. Texans waived Desmond King. Is he really a slot guy though? I think he's mainly a slot guy. But I think someone was telling me they did play on the outside a little bit. Maybe. I mean, we could use freaking anything on the outside. It doesn't matter how big they are. Biggest move was cutting nickel cornerback Desmond King. The veteran took back, started 25 games for the last 2 seasons, ran out the starting unit for the most training camp. While starting each preseason game last season, King was tied for first in tackles for loss and 10 pass deflections, 8 protections. Why would they get rid of him then? So they traded a 6th-round pick for offensive lineman Kendrick Green. Released Christian Kirk. See, we don't need linebackers. It's the last thing we need. Look at corners. I don't see anyone really worth mentioning. The Colts, we all know. I can't believe. Let's see what they say for the biggest. Moving running back John Taylor to reserve physically was the most consequential decision for the Colts because it eliminates any possibility of Alfred playing in the first 4 games of the regular season. Taylor had been the subject of a week's worth of trade talks entering Tuesday, with the Colts ultimately deciding declining multiple offers. That leaves the Colts with rookie Evan Hull, Deion Jackson, and Zach Moss at running back. And we cut Darius Rush. Why would we cut Darius Rush, a 5th-round cornerback, when we have no cornerbacks as it is? Let's see. Tyler Adams, email Ekior, as expected. I was more excited. Kenyon Drake. I thought we should have kept him. T. Sabor, Liam Anderson, safety Henry and Black, Marcel Dabo, running back Jake Funk, running back Jason Huntley, Khalid Kareem, DJ Montgomery, Donovan Mutin, Mari Rogers. Thought we might have kept him. He had a good preseason. Dakota Shapley, Mike Strawn, Isaac Taylor Stewart, Kevin Tolliver, tight end for Horror Brown, safety Ronnie Harrison Jr. I thought that was questionable. We give rid of Al-Qadim Muhammad, who had a good preseason. You give rid of Brashad Perryman, James Washington, and Juwan Winfrey. I feel like you should have kept 1 or 2 of those guys. I mean, you only have 4 receivers on the roster. Like, come on. Jacksonville Jaguars' biggest move. Let's see. Waived Kevin Austin. Any cornerbacks worth noting? Receivers. No. Titans. Then we have the West. And then we're done going through this. And then we'll actually talk a little bit before getting off. Because I do have to get off. It's almost 11 o'clock. There's some things I want to get that I have to get done. And I have to get up early tomorrow, like 6:30. So I'm going to be tired for tomorrow. But you know what, man? The grind goes on. We don't stop. I think we just said the Jaguars. Titans. Traded for Nick Folk. Okay. Waived. Linebacker. Okay, don't need to trade. Trayvon Cooley. I thought he was a decent defensive tackle. Maybe not. I mean, the Titans do a really deep defensive line. Or defensive tackle. Really defensive line room in general. I don't see anyone from the Titans worth mentioning. The Broncos. Let's see. Trade for Will Lutz, right? Elliott Fry and Brett Maher open training camp committed for a job. Fry was injured and then waived. Maher finished the preseason going for 6 field goals. One was blocked in the preseason opener in Arizona. Broncos are banking on that Lutz will return to form. He missed 2021 with a core muscle injury, and last season was a career worst 74.2. All right, let's see what their cuts actually were. I'll see anybody really worth of note here. You have Kyle Fuller. All right, Nightings. Yeah, get to bed, man. I know you got school. Get to bed, fam. Have a good one tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for staying so late. I really appreciate it, honestly. Big time stuff, man. I'll catch you later, man. Have a good night. Have a good day at school tomorrow. If you're going, if you have school, which I would assume you would. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Yeah, you should. Kyle Fuller. Maybe the Colts should go sign Kyle Fuller. Wide receiver Josh Hammond. Marcus Haynes. Cornerback Fan Hicks. Wide receiver Kendall Hilton. Fabian Moreau was released as well. The Broncos released a few guys here that the Colts can look into. Fabian Moreau. Even Devon Kay. Who's the other guy? Kyle Fuller. There's a few guys here that the Colts should better look into. Chiefs. Plays Chris Jones in the did not report list, which is no surprise given that this holdout continues. Chiefs are concerned enough about his option that they were compelled to trade a 6th-round pick the Raiders for defensive tackle Neil Farrell Jr. Chiefs will play the first 6 games without another. Ooh. And then Charles Umenu suspended for 6 games. That'd be rough for the Chiefs defensive line. Down the line, though, they'll be fine. All right, Chiefs waived. Any good cornerbacks, wide receivers, interior offensive linemen worthy of note. No. None. All right, Raiders. I know they don't have good cornerback room. I'll look quick. None there. Chargers. They guess we in training camp. Yeah, they traded for Justin Hopkins. Oh, no, to the Browns. Let's see. Anyone worth note for the Chargers? Wait, didn't you say someone? Zach Bailey. Zach Bailey, offensive tackle. All right, I'll have to look into him a little bit. Tay Crowder, linebacker. We don't need a linebacker. Max Duggan, they released him. John Hightower, he's a fast receiver, but not really. What would we be looking for? No, not anyone of note. So I just literally went through the entire waiver list. I have a headache. We've been on here for a long time now. Almost 2 hours. Almost a 2-hour show. It's pretty wild. I don't mind, though. I don't mind. So, any questions you guys want to ask? Anything you want to go on about before I get out of here? Because it's almost 11 o'clock. I have some things I have to get done. No, it's an hour and a half. Not almost 2 hours. JW, use your brain. What you looking at, fam? Any questions? Anything you guys want to go over? If not, I'm going to head out. I got 8 likes. 13.5 minutes for average view duration. That's absolutely incredible. I appreciate every single one of you from the bottom of my heart. Honestly. Did we hit 1.9? 1.19? Nope. We were 1 subscriber away from 1,190 subscribers. See if we can get to there. There are 6 people in here. If one of you aren't subscribed, all of you might be. If you are, I appreciate y'all. Y'all are great. Sticking it out this late too. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are phenomenal. I'll tell you what, just joined late, but hope you're having a good one. Absolutely, man. I'm getting ready to get off soon, but when you watch my hot take, I'm actually going to be cutting up the Hot Take Tuesdays now because I know everyone doesn't want to sit there and shift through it. But it's another way for me to get some more content out. I think I'm going to break some of them up, like the ones that are most interesting. Maybe all of them, I don't know. I'm going to cut up some of Hot Take Tuesday and make some of them into individual videos. So I might do that, but you feel free to go back, watch yours. I think yours was like the first one. So, do that. Leave a comment. I'll reply to it tonight or tomorrow morning. Give me your thoughts on it. But yeah, we're going on an hour and a half. So if there's any questions you guys have on quick, good show listening at work. I appreciate you, fam. What are you at night shift? I respect, man. I respect that. It's tough. It's tough doing night shift. I hear it's real tough, and I've never done it, but I've seen people close to me do it, and it was just not, you're like tired all day. So big time respect to you, bro. Big time respect for you. to you. That's not easy, but you're doing what you gotta do, and I respect that. 10 likes, man. 10 likes. That's awesome. That's an awesome Hot Take Tuesday. What's even more awesome is that all of you guys have stuck through it, the entire thing. You know, I think we had like 4 or 5 people from the start, and we have 5 people now. But I want to get off. I don't want to hold you guys any longer. I know some of you got school. You're at work. So I appreciate you guys tuning into the JW Sports Talk Show on this late Tuesday evening. So I got for you guys. Thank you. Thinking about starting my own thing, Talking Texans. Do it, man. Do it. Do it. It doesn't matter. Listen, you don't need to have all this equipment. You don't need to have a camera. If you have your phone, that is all you need. And if you let me know if you need help. Honestly, I'm all for you starting your own. All for it. Start it, man. Go for it. What do you have to lose? You never know what could happen. You know, even if you just post, you know, a short every day, a minute short. Shorts are really killing it. Even just, long form content. Do it, bro. Do it. I know, I was sitting here watching all these big Colts content creators. Not necessarily big at the time. Bring the Juice had 1,000 or 2,000 when I started. They're at 16. I just made 1,000. My channel is finally getting some traction. But yeah, man, go for it. Anyone out there that wants to start their own podcast, you don't need my first video. Go and watch my first video. Go tell me how cringy it is. You can't be, that cringy or that bad. Someone in the I'll see you later, Terrell. I appreciate you stopping by, bro. Someone in that live, or no, it wasn't live. It was like a 60-second video, right? And at the time, I had my fish tank going, and the filter was going, and it sounded like someone was taking a leak. And when the guy goes, "Dude, take a PISS before you make a video," it was really funny. It was really funny to laugh at, to read. But it goes to show, man, I've come a long way. I didn't show my face for a long time. And when I first did, I was bad. I was monotone, welcome to the JDW Sports Talk Show where every fan is welcome. If you enjoy Zingoy, is Anthony Richardson this? Can he be that? Can he be great? No, I've actually learned how to talk. I've learned a lot. And you do not have to show your face right away. If you have, a computer or not, just, screen record a player's picture and talk to him and talk to him for about 60 seconds. There's your short. I'm telling you, man, a lot of different ways you can start. You don't have to have all this stuff. You don't have to be all fancy. Just starting and getting that experience is the most important part, because once you learn how to do all that stuff, it's awesome. Once you learn how to do this kind of stuff, it just makes it even better. Because if you could have all this, you could do it, bro. You could do it. You could do it. Please start it. Get to work. Let's talk Colts. He just started his own. And if you start your thing, I'm actually going to be doing a thing soon where I get you guys on for call-in shows. I have to see how to do it. I think I have to do it on Zoom or Restream. Talked to a few people about that. I know East Coast Gridiron does it. Dante, great channel over there. If you guys want to learn some college football, some football in general, go check him out. That's a fantastic channel. But yeah, like I said, let's talk Colts to start his own channel. He's at 13 subscribers. Unless you got another one since I subscribed. Listen, man. A lot of people sit there and say, I'm going to start it. A lot of people don't. You could be one of the few people to start. It doesn't have to be perfect right away. It doesn't have to be great. The first thing you should focus on is the content. Knowing your stuff. And you seem like you know your stuff about Del Tank. Or it's not Del Tank, is it? It's Tanked Out. It's Tanked Out. I said the opposite. Seems like you watch tape and you know your stuff and you watch a little bit of tape. I think you'd be good. If you do have a computer, hit me up in the Discord. Hit me up in the Discord. What you got? And I'll help you out. Anyone. That's for anyone. I want all of you guys to be able to follow your dreams. And if you join that Discord, I know Let's Talk Colts is in it. I know Head of the Table's in it. It's a great place to be. Not only to connect with me, the community, but everyone's focused on becoming the best versions of themselves that they possibly can. And anyone could use that. Everyone could use that. You know, it's a great place to be. So I'm happy you're there. And if you saw that video that I made, that I didn't make it, but I reposted it with Justin Waller, watch that video in the message of the day. That'll get you going. And, you know, I don't know what your age is. I don't want to ask. I don't want to be nosy. I don't remember if you said your age in the Discord or not. But if you did, I don't want to go back and say it to everyone. I know we only have 5 people in here, but out of respect, I won't. It's never too late. It's never too late. Let me tell you a little story real quick. Quick story of the day. It's a short one. I don't know it word for word, but there was this man. He was 55 years old, 50 years old. I think he was in his mid-50s, early 50s. And he was just getting out of prison. Had nothing. Homeless. And he did some kind of art with cigarettes. I don't know if it was, like statues, little like models of stuff, or just little arts on papers, like gluing it to the paper. I don't know. But all I know that is this dude was in his mid-50s, just got out of prison, and he became a millionaire off of cigarettes. It's never too late. It's never too late, my friends. So that's officially it for me. I do have to get off. I want to get some videos done, stuff done for tomorrow. But hey, you guys could always even hop on the Discord voice chat and talk with each other, you know, about content, about, you know, we have a Colts, you know, a Let's Talk Colts guy and a Head of the Table guy. Link up, you know, get each other going. Work with each other. I'll work with you guys too. Anyone who wants to start a podcast. That's another thing. You join a Discord, you link up with people, you know. That's another very important thing. You want to network. You want to get to know some people. And 100%, I'm here for you guys all the way that want to start your own content. I'm here for you all the way. I want to see how you guys all of you guys succeed. You know, I really want to see it. You know, I see too many people letting their potential go to waste. Don't let that happen to you. Don't let that happen to you. All right, man. That was a little rant we had there. I might even cut that out and put it on our Warriors Within channel. I didn't post anything on it yet, but it's a channel I want to, you know, start like a motivation, like this stuff I'm talking about then. But it's mainly football, and I don't want to keep you guys too long. I appreciate the 5 people in here from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you to our members, Marshman Gunner and Red the Rat. Thank you guys for tuning in, sticking around, being our members. Don't ever feel like you have to become a member though to be a part of the community. You know, if you do become a member though, I appreciate it, and you will get a little extra back. But don't feel like you have to become a member to be a part of an awesome community that we are building here. This is the JW Sports Talk Show. I'm signing off. I appreciate you guys. And the message of the day is, don't let your potential go to waste. Doesn't matter, you know, how small you start. Doesn't matter how bad the quality of your videos are. Go back and watch my first videos. Tell me how bad they were. Go back and watch those. Go back and watch my, you know, take a glance at my first lives. Come a long way. Takes time. But you start now. A lot of people say they're going to start tomorrow. And it's late now, so I understand if you don't start today. But tomorrow. Start tomorrow. And then all those people that are saying I'm going to start tomorrow. After tomorrow. You're going to get ahead of those people. Half those people that say they will start tomorrow won't even start. So be miles ahead. Start as soon as you can. Go get it done. Alright, that's officially it. I have to get off. Otherwise, I could keep rambling on with this stuff for hours and hours and hours. But that's going to be it. Thank you guys for tuning in to the JW Sports Talk Show. Where fans, welcome. If you enjoy this live, make sure to like, subscribe, put the post notification bell on so you don't miss any future videos. This is the JW Sports Talk Show. I literally hate signing off. I hate it. I love going live. I love talking with you guys live. I hate getting off. Absolutely hate it. I dread it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you tomorrow. JW Sports Talk Show. Peace out.